When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Microsoft Azure. Turn your ideas into reality with an Azure free account. Get everything you need to develop apps across cloud and hybrid environments, scale workloads, create cloud-connected mobile experiences, and so much more. Discover what you can create with popular services free for 12 months. Learn more at azure.com. That's AZURE.com. And sign up for a free account to start building in the cloud today.
Welcome to the Two-Footed Extra Pod. This is our quick hit show where I'll unpack the latest news and gossip, plus rumours in the world of football. This show is brought to you by our friends over at Liberty Shield. Did you know that Liberty Shield's VPN service not only keeps your data safe, but can also help you bypass government blocks on IPTV streaming? When connected to Liberty Shield, your internet activity is encrypted, meaning your ISP can't see or block those crucial live football streams when you sit down to watch. It genuinely is the ultimate solution for staying connected and never missing a match. Right now, you can save 25% by using the code EPL25OFF. That's EPL25OFF at checkout. All caps, no spaces. Oh, and one more thing. For more in-depth analysis on the biggest talking points from around the world of football, don't miss my main show, the Two-Footed Podcast, with new episodes dropping every single weekday. And if you want more from EPL Index, don't forget our Tad Predictable preview show or the Final Whistle review show recorded immediately after the big Sunday match. Now, let's crack on. What's good, boys and girls? Welcome to Two-Footed Extra on Friday, the 20th of September. Let's get into the news of the weekend. We have from Nottingham Forest, their owner, Evangelos Marinakis, saying that he wants to extend the City Ground to a 50,000-seat stadium. Now, they have existing plans to extend the Bridgeford stand and rebuild the Peter Taylor stand and expand the capacity to 42,000. And he wants to go beyond that and get it to a 50,000-seat stadium, which he believes that they can fill week in and week out. And I love this type of ambition from the club. I think they're looking to establish themselves as a Premier League club. They're not viewing it as we're just here for a couple of years and we might go back down. They're looking at a long-term stay in the Premier League, and that's great. Kevin Thelwell, the director of football at Everton, has said that Sean Dyche is working in very difficult circumstances. I highlighted some of that earlier this week, and I do agree. He is working in very difficult circumstances. However, ultimately, it's Everton Football Club, and you've got to get your act together, and results have to improve. They simply have to improve. Moving on, Australian head coach Graham Arnold has resigned as it is best for the nation after a poor start to their 2026 World Cup qualifying. He ends a 6-year stint in the job, his second stint, obviously, with the national team, following two dreadful results, a defeat by Bahrain and a draw against Indonesia. So I'll be really interested to see who's next up for Australia. J. Emmanuel Thomas has been sacked by Greenock Morton after he appeared in court charged with orchestrating the attempted importation of £600,000 worth of cannabis from Bangkok. There is a pick your combined Man City Arsenal 11. So let's do this. Goalkeeper Ederson, Right back. I'd go Jurien Timber. Left back, I would go with Josko Gvardiol. Where is Josko Gvardiol on this? Is Josko Gvardiol an option to pick on this list? Mikel Moreno is an option, but Gvardiol does not appear to be. Hang on, that can't be right. Oh. No, he's actually not an option. He's not an option. Can I pick him at centre-back? No, I can't pick Gvardiol. He's not an option here. That is ridiculous. Right, anyway. Centre-backs, I'm going to go Ruben Diaz and Ricardo Calafiori, and I'm going to put Nathan Aki at left-back because I can't have Gvardiol. The 6 is obviously Rodri. There's no debate there. I will go with KDB. Now, I know he's probably injured for the weekend, but he's still, if you're picking a combined 11, he's still in. And then the other midfield role, I'll go Bernardo Silva. Then off the right, we go Bukayo Saka. Off the left, we'll put Phil Foden, and Erling Haaland is the 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 City players and 3 Arsenal players. I know there'll be Arsenal fans having tantrums that I didn't pick William Saliba, but why would I? Ruben Diaz is a better defender than him. Simple as that. Right. What I wanted to do quickly was just quickly bounce through the other leagues in Europe and highlight a game or two that might be worth your time watching if you're not interested in some of the Premier League stuff. So let's start in France. The big game is Sunday night. It is Lyon versus Marseille at 7:45 on Sunday night. That's the game to watch if you fancy one from France. In La Liga this weekend, we have Villarreal against Barcelona, which I think is a really interesting one. They've both Barca have made a great start to the league campaign, but lost during the week. And Villarreal have made a good start to the league campaign. So that's the one I would go with there. That's a 5:30 kickoff on Sunday. So maybe flick over after the Arsenal City game comes to an end. In the Bundesliga, what do we have? We have Werder Bremen against Bayern. Could be interesting, but Stuttgart-Dortmund is probably the game to watch. Stuttgart-Dortmund is the game that stands out there. St. Pauli versus... That's at 4:30 on Sunday, if you're not interested in City against Arsenal. St. Pauli versus Leipzig is just an interesting contrast of a game. So also one I'd recommend throwing an eye on. In Serie A, there's actually a game going on right now. Cagliari are playing at home to Empoli. Empoli are currently 1-up. But tomorrow at 5 p.m, there is Juventus versus Napoli, which should be a good one. And then Milan derby on Sunday night. 7:45 kickoff. Inter versus AC. Inter have made a good start. They're the defending champions. AC have made a bad start. Lots of pressure on the manager. It feels like if Inter were to win that one by 3 or 4, Fonseca probably gets sacked. That's how it feels anyway. And then finally, we'll check in with Portugal. And I will recommend Vitória against Porto tomorrow at 6. Though Monday night, Boa Vista, Benfica. Boa Vista historically were the number 4 team in Portugal. Braga have sort of taken that mantle. Boa Vista probably now 6th, maybe 7th. It's a bit of a shame. But Boa Vista against Braga should be Boa Vista against Benfica rather on Monday night should be a bit of a decent one. I'll be back after the break with the gossip. See you in a sec.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Do you know what it takes to be iconic? You are iconic. I am iconic. I love Iconic Agua. I drink Iconic Agua every day. Join the movement. Hydrate with Iconic Agua. Find Iconic Agua in all Kroger and Ralph stores across America. Because when you're thirsty, there's only one way to hydrate. And that's with the world's best tasting spring water on earth. Hydrate responsibly. Iconic Agua, where hydration meets greatness. Do you know what it takes to be iconic? You are iconic. I am iconic. I love Iconic Agua. I drink Iconic Agua every day. Join the movement. Hydrate with Iconic Agua. Find Iconic Agua in all Kroger and Ralph stores across America. Because when you're thirsty, there's only one way to hydrate. And that's with the world's best tasting spring water on earth. Hydrate responsibly. Iconic Agua, where hydration meets greatness.
Right, welcome back. So, into the gossip. Manchester United are set to offer Kobbie Mainoo a bumper new contract to reflect his status as a fixture in the first team. Giving young players big money at United has never gone wrong before, so why not? Manchester United could move for Leon Goretzka with the doubts over Christian Eriksen and Casemiro and their futures. Goretzka would be a horrible signing, but by all accounts, do it. By all means, do it. Newcastle, Tottenham and Manchester United are all chasing Lille and England midfielder Angel Goals, who's out of contract at the end of the season. He obviously came through the United Academy and left on a free, and it would be quite funny if United brought him back. I'm not sure how he fits, but you could rotate him and Mainoo, I suppose. Tottenham, Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain are leading the race to sign Victor Gyökeres. Tottenham just bought Dominic Solanke. Now, they should have bought Gyökeres from Coventry. They should have bought him last summer. I assume they just felt like, I thought at the time he wasn't quite ready, but they're not going to be buying a striker. PSG, you just don't know what they're going to do, but they have Kolo Muani, they have the Portuguese fella whose name is escaping me, they paid a fortune for as well. They don't need a striker. They need goal-scoring wide players. Chelsea do need a striker, and he would fit. Liverpool are considering Gleison Bremer as the ideal replacement for Virgil van Dijk. No, they're not. Newcastle are monitoring Nordsjælland and Norway forward Sindre Wale Egali, dubbed the next Erling Haaland. West Ham, Crystal Palace, Brighton and Brentford are also interested in the 25 million rated 18-year-old. Now, he has played 10 games for Nordsjælland and scored 3 goals. He's very, very talented. He's not at all like Erling Haaland. But I wouldn't be surprised at all to see one of these clubs jump in and get him. Liverpool are monitoring Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth. Maybe, probably not. I think that might be a bit of just, Richard Hughes bought him for Bournemouth, so he might buy him for Liverpool. I think that might be that kind of math. I don't think it's true. Jeremy Frimpong is on Chelsea's 5-man shortlist to replace Reece James. And what would they be doing with Reece James? Chelsea will not loan out Estevão Willian when he joins from Palmeiras next summer. I would imagine they will. I really do think they will. I think he'll go to Strasbourg, at least for, maybe not the first year, but for the second year, I think he'll probably go to Strasbourg. Manchester City are eager to extend the contract of Ederson, whose current deal expires in 2026. Joelinton wants to end his career in his native Brazil, but remains committed to the Magpies for now. Southampton's 18-year-old forward Tyler Dibling is on Manchester United's radar after impressing their sporting director, Dan Ashford. Now, this is a prime example of a spoofer. So he obviously played last weekend against United and did quite well. And here we have Will Lancaster and Ben Jacobs, both of whom are complete spoofers claiming that United are interested. Finally, Inter Milan want to take Takehiro Tomiyasu from Arsenal in January, with the Gunners asking for 25 million. I could see that one making sense for all parties. I think that's a good one. Right, that is me for the week, folks. I will see you all on Monday. Have a good weekend. Hopefully the weather holds, and hopefully we get good games. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Do you know what it takes to be iconic? You are iconic. I am iconic. I love Iconic Agua. I drink Iconic Agua every day. Join the movement. Hydrate with Iconic Agua. Find Iconic Agua in all Kroger and Ralph stores across America. Because when you're thirsty, there's only one way to hydrate. And that's with the world's best tasting spring water on earth. Hydrate responsibly. Iconic Agua, where hydration meets greatness. Do you know what it takes to be iconic? You are iconic. I am iconic. I love Iconic Agua. I drink Iconic Agua every day. Join the movement. Hydrate with Iconic Agua. Find Iconic Agua in all Kroger and Ralph stores across America. Because when you're thirsty, there's only one way to hydrate. And that's with the world's best tasting spring water on earth. Hydrate responsibly. Iconic Agua, where hydration meets greatness.